which is exactly what Danny Bell from Hope Breakfast shared with us. She's from a Fijian background and describes a very similar circumstance to what your mate is doing.
Yeah.
And yet so many of us, I think, still who are from different ethnic backgrounds still find it hard to even picture living under the same roof as many other family members, let alone what that might look like for sharing the money that you're bringing in.
You know, I do taxes for a living. People do their own taxes individually. People generally look after their finances at a family level. So I don't think we're as great at having the conversation about where are you at financially, but also to the honest conversation about the amount of help we would like in each other's lives. So I ask most of my clients, younger and older, how are you going? Do you need your folks' help? And I ask the oldies and I go, how are your kids going? Do they need your help? And to a person, they will all say, love our kids. We'll help them if they ask. We're here if we're needed. Now that's a great attitude, but then I just wonder if we need to move a little bit more into the column of asking the kids, what would help you right now?
You're thinking, or you know that a lot of people don't necessarily go on the front foot. They're more waiting for the approach.
We're a bit passive in Australia, I think. That's just me casting a massive aspersion, big blanket over everybody. I know there's room for difference, but generally I think there's a little bit of we stay in our own lane and go, here if we need help. The kids will shout out if they need it. Family relationships can be very complicated. The kids may be too proud. They may be not wanting to ask if they don't need it. They've got siblings. How do I treat my kids fairly might be what the parents are thinking. So we tend to hang back a bit rather than go, where are you really at? What's something that would help you guys right now? If we were fortunate enough to have grandkids, I would love to say to my kids, what would help you? We'd love to be involved with the grandkids. What would help you guys raise the kids and have us involved in your life? And I just think we need to just push that a little bit further if you've got the relationship and the situation with your kids to be able to say, what would help you? Because it might be financial, but it might be time. It might be skills, might be resources.
You're not just saying that on Money, Faith and Finance because it sounds like the right thing to say. Are you saying that have you already had a conversation with your kids where you've gone with the approach of what help can I offer?
Not yet, but my wife and I have talked a lot about, as much as we loved our folks and they helped us out and they're great, shout out to them if you're listening.
Hey-o.
But I think perhaps a sense of we weren't great at really articulating or maybe saying exactly what we would like for help. But also too, they were a different stage of life then. My in-laws.
And financial, you mean, or otherwise?
Not just financial, because they did help us out. We were fortunate enough to live in a granny flat for a year or two that my in-laws owned, and that helped us save up a deposit for our first house. So that was a great help that just happened organically. They'd done it for other kids before then. So that was an awesome example of a help. I think more in terms of having kids and the logistics of getting them around to things is a lot of parents just tend to do it themselves. It's an awkward ask. They don't quite know what to do. And I think we didn't quite have the language around what would help you. It was more a case of what we could give. So I think you sometimes shrink your ask to what you think the parents can give, and I don't think that's great. I think we probably need to come closer to each other.
What we can give to you is on Tuesday, August the 4th. Pete, see what I did there?
Yes, segue.
Yeah. Money, Faith and Finance inaugural live stream. We'll let you know all the details through the Facebook group, also through YouTube, Instagram. We're going to be joined by Chief Investment Officer Joe Youssef from Vardo Private, talking about different sorts of investment now, particularly in light of the massive tax changes that have happened in 2026. So me and Pete and Joe would love your questions at hopepodcast.com.au or via the Facebook group. Get them to us however you can. We'd love to know what you're thinking now about investments, about tax implications, about what this means for your budget. We would love to help you out Tuesday, August the 4th. Love your suggestion of go to your kids or even the grandkids and ask them what kind of help they need. Beyond that, anything else you'd recommend when it comes to considering intergenerational support?
Oh, I think you've just got to think about, don't limit what you can give. It may be time, it may be resources, it may be something as simple as you need to go back to work, we've got an afternoon a week. It may be as simple as letting your kids know your plans. My wife and I might have told our kids, you know what, we're going to retire in 10 years' time. So they kind of know, you know what, mum and dad will probably be around a bit more in 10 years' time to help out with grandkids. Doesn't mean we're sitting around wanting to do that 5 days a week, but it says we would like to be able to help you at that time. So even just
talking about planning together with your adult kids.
Yeah, just kind of, they roughly know kind of where we want to be in life. And I think, and they know that we would obviously love grandkids one day. So that's a good thing. If nothing else, it lets them know we consider grandkids would be a positive thing. Here's an amount of time that we're probably going to be working for, and also too that we do want to help you. But they see our lifestyle and know that we're still going to have other interests and other things we want to do. And I figure that's better than just springing a surprise on people. I've had so many clients and friends where it's just like, oh, they moved away and I never knew. Oh, the kids live up in Queensland. I don't see my grandkids. You need to have these conversations before it's all too late. So just sprinkle the information out there and talk about it when it's not the most threatening time, or it's not, T minus 3 seconds till we all leave or retire. You've got enough time to absorb that information, act accordingly, plan for it.
Before we get to Show Me the Money, Pete, just so I am totally clear, you're suggesting to take away from this, as you think about supporting across generations, that for parents and grandparents particularly, should go to your kids or grandkids and ask them what sort of help they might need, and also do an audit stock take of yourself of what you can provide.
Yeah, because look, your generosity knows no bounds, but it probably has a capacity, would be my way of thinking of it. So we have a heart where, of course, you want to, generally most people want to help their kids, want to be involved, but we don't necessarily know what it looks like. But you've got to do a bit of an audit of what's my capacity, and then go, well, I've got the generosity and the outworkings to match it.
So Pete, show me the money on intergenerational support.
Give it a crack. Easy to tell other people.
Across the more than 100 episodes of Money, Faith and Finance, that was the most emphatic I've
wanted to say that before, but I haven't ever said it before, is understand it, talk to your kids, have the conversation early, and don't limit what you think your ability to give is. It is not just money. It could be time. It could be resources. Could be banter. Could be 100 different ways that you could help your kids and grandkids. Don't rule anything out.